All right. All right, y'all. Sisters breaking the bonds of sugar. We're here today. Carolyn Davis is giving us her time today, and I'm so excited because I've been. This is a little short story. Is I've been having enough energy to go and like do a little bit more movement now. Yeah, I've tried the bike for a while, and that's been fun. But the next thing was just like, how do I get into this routine of like, working out, finding a community that I'm feeling good with and in and blah, blah, blah. So I've been fortunate to find this community called Commit. And what I know about it so far is that it's a community where, there's different types of styles of music. And so what confuses me is like, how do you get people who don't seem so motivated to come and work out on a Saturday or after work or blah, blah, blah? And so I've just been, this is like my new thing, is to find like these classes with instructors. And so one of the things that I've noticed is that I've gone to Tilo's class, but Carolyn Davis is there. And so when she comes there, she's like, when she walks into the room, I think everybody recognizes her energy, but she also brings another level of energy and it makes you want to work out a little bit harder. I remember like being next to her in class one day and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm really sweating real hard now because she was there. So I'm just so excited that Carolyn is with us today, and she's just going to tell us a little bit more about her story and how does she motivate people to get into this space of moving their bodies more so that we can become healthier.
Absolutely. Sean, first, thank you for taking this time to speak with me. As you mentioned, we did meet in Tyler's Commit Dance Fitness class. And I'm also a Commit Dance Fitness instructor. And I got into that because I wanted to find a way that I could get into better shape. So like many people, you get to a point and you want to lose a few pounds here or there. And so I found group fitness as a way to do that, to be active. You mentioned earlier, how do you stay motivated? One thing that I found to stay motivated is you make it fun. And so dance and music for me, dance is like a universal language. And then you put it together with people with positive energy and it's just a big party and it's fun. So Commit Dance Fitness it's a hit style dance fitness format, and we incorporate all genres of music and styles. And we just come together and dance. It's all different levels, all ages. And when you come into a class, I can't help but feel the energy. And so that's what made me, when I was a student, I wanted to also give that to people, because as a student, I knew how excited and how good dancing made me feel, and I wanted to give that to others. So what I found that through teaching Commit is not only about the gains that you get physically on the outside from the cardiovascular movement, but it's also about the changes you get on the inside. It makes you feel better. It releases endorphins. It just makes you happy and relieves stress. And so when you get around a bunch of people that have those common like minds, and we just want to come together and enjoy each other's company and get a good workout in, it's just a combination that just boosts your energy, and you have fun with it. So that's kind of why I do what I do and why I love going to group fitness classes, because it does keep you motivated, because you're gonna have a party and work out when you get there. So yeah.
So I can't help but to ask this question. Were you an athlete before? Because I think that's like a common theme, is to think that everybody that's in these classes somehow had a past of playing basketball or volleyball or something, and then they go back into a space in the community and then just say, hey, I want to be a workout instructor or something like that now. Is that what's motivated you? Or?
Well, I played softball in high school, but it didn't go much further after high school. So I wouldn't consider myself an athlete. I was just searching for a way to get fit, and Group X classes was more fun for me than doing Billy Blanks and Jane Fonda at home. I'm dating myself referencing those, but I don't think I'm an athlete. There are some athletes in there, some dancers in there, but some people who don't have that experience. So it's really designed for people with all different types of backgrounds. So it's not required to have any kind of athletic ability. Everybody moves different. As long as you're moving, you're burning calories. So you move the way your body wants to move, and you move at your fitness level. The goal is to move and be consistent, and then you'll build your endurance, and then that's where you get into shape. So that's how that works.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So what do you have to say to the person who, is diabetic, or they have high blood pressure medicines that they're taking? What do you say to them, or how do you motivate them to say, come and give it a try, at least for the first time?
Well, I would just, tell them that we all have different backgrounds, different medical histories, injuries, but you got to start somewhere. And the hardest part is getting started. And once you get started, it only gets better from there. It get easier, you just get better, and you keep challenging yourself. So again, for me, being around a group of people that are going to support and motivate you, is going to help get over that hurdle of, I'm not sure, or what if my endurance isn't with the others. It's a non-judgment zone. It's a safe zone. Just give it a try. You won't know until you try it. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress. So that's just the thing, the consistency. So just give it a shot. You have nothing to lose.
That is so true. We talk, it's obvious. I love music too. That's the thing that motivates me and gets me moving. I've always liked to dance. I'm never really a good dancer, but I've always liked to dance. So that combination of dancing and music, that really, like, I have to drive into work with that type of music. It's like, give me like, okay, I'm ready now. I'm rah, I'm ready to do it. So can you explain a little bit more about what HIIT is and what makes that different from like just any regular type of exercise?
Okay, sure. So HIIT stands for high intensity interval training. And basically what that means is you want to do an activity where your heart rate is low, and then you want to bump it up and then bring it back down. So a lot of things, like when people jog, you kind of just stay at a plateau where you go straight. So high intensity interval training, the HIIT training, you want to get your heart rate up, and then you bring it back down, and then you pull it back up again. And that will actually maximize your calorie burn, because you work hard to get your heart rate up, and then you bring it back down, and then you have to work again to make it go back up. So it's like a hill effect. So you get the biggest bang for your buck as far as your time and how many calories you're burning, how much energy you're using within that time frame by having those interval spikes.
And then too, Carolyn, I noticed too in class that for the person who's intimidated, they don't have to really be that afraid, because you have 3 different levels that you teach in the class. Can you tell us a little bit more about those different levels, and how you go about teaching those different levels?
Sure, absolutely. So when you have a class, you have people at all different fitness levels. So we cater the class to different fitness levels. We always want to start with what we call a basic level, which is no impact, which means you're not going to be jumping, you're going to be grounded, but you're going to be moving big. So you can start there and do a class without, doing any kind of high impact activity. You stay grounded, that's your basic level. And then if you want to bump it, your next intensity level we call progressive. And that's your moderate intensity. Maybe you take 1 foot up off the ground, but it increases the level of intensity from basic. So basic, progressive, and then your highest level is dynamic, where both feet are off the ground and you're just wilding out, going all crazy. So we always want to start with that basic level and see how you're feeling. And if you're good at that basic level, you stay at that basic. But if you want to go to progressive with a moderate, you just take it at your own pace. But we start low and see how you're feeling, so you can assess how you're feeling and say, if I'm good here, I'm gonna stay here for today. Or if you want to bump it up, you can always take it up to that next level. But we always want to demonstrate all the levels, so you work at the level that's safest for you. Yeah. So.
So I don't know if you feel this way, but so my journey has started with sort of like the food, just changing the food. But what I did notice was I really couldn't, like, the food for me had to change for my mind to change for me to say, I want to get into the gym, or I want to exercise a little bit more. Some people, they kind of have always, exercise has always been their thing, but they don't see like the weight changes that they'd like to see. What came first for you? Was the food first, or the activity was first, or what worked for you? And then another thing too is like, what kind of changes have you noticed, like exercising or not exercising, or eating better or not eating better?
So for me, the exercise came first. I'm working out, I want to lose a few inches, and I thought, let's work out. But once you get in there, you can see gains at first. But what I noticed is I eventually plateaued and nothing's happening. So I got in there, I changed my daily activities and I'm burning calories, but then I just stopped. And it seemed it didn't matter how much more I exercised, I just plateaued. And so that's when I started looking at the nutritional content behind it to try to get off that plateau and continue, my fitness and my weight loss. So that's when I started learning about things like glycemic index and, what types of food you should eat, processed foods versus, your green leafy vegetables. And then you hang around the gym long enough, you're going to hear somebody say, you can't outwork a bad diet. You just cannot do it. So they start talking about the 80-20 rule. So how your weight loss journey goals are accomplished, it's 80% about what you are eating. And aside from that, what you're eating is also going to fuel your workout. So if you're eating what I call empty calories, I refer to empty calories as food you're consuming, but they're not giving you any nutritional value. If you fuel your body with that, you're not going to have the energy you need. And you also end up consuming more of them because you won't get full because your body is still lacking nourishment. So the diet definitely came after. And once I combined the diet with the exercise, of course, that's how you get the best results. And I got off that plateau.
So there's somebody that's listening right now, and they don't know how to get in touch with you. One, I'd like to, if you could just tell us how to get in touch with you, or how to get in touch with the Commit community.
Okay. Well, we have social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. There's actually a YouTube page, Commit Dance Fitness. Me personally, I'm also on those platforms. The quickest way would probably be Facebook because I'm on there more, but I also have an Instagram handle. Carolynn Annette Davis on Facebook. It's, I can put that in the comments later on. That's how you can get in touch with me. We have a Facebook group page, the Texas Commit Instructors, where we list all of our schedules. So you can find a class in your area and connect with us that way. And then, of course, also on Instagram. So I can put all that information in the comments so that people can reach out and get connected with the community, because we have Commit instructors in many different states. So of course, we got exposed to a lot of the local instructors in Texas, but if somebody's listening and, they're in Arizona or Washington or Virginia or Vegas, there's a huge community, a network that we can link up with.
Well, I'm gonna say thank you again for giving me your time. This is, it's one thing to like see somebody in a class, but it's another thing to receive a smile and girl, you can do that. And then rah, rah, rah next to you, like you got it like that, and I think what you all are doing is so, it's huge. I mean, it's huge because like you're getting people, it's bigger than just coming to the class. It also has become like a community, because like this weekend, I'm actually looking forward to the birthday party bash, so it's not even about, the class, and the time goes by so fast that it's crazy. I mean, at the end of class, I'm usually like, I know they can put another routine or two in here. So, and I think I started out really uncomfortable, but over time, I feel like I'm more comfortable, with just the moves and also the communities. It's like I always learn somebody's name that's new, but I think it has a lot to do with how you all instruct. Like you're a great instructor, you bring the energy, and you're also very transparent in saying like, hey, today was a bad day, but I still came and showed out for y'all, and so and that motivates us. It really does. So I just want to say thank you, Carolyn, and I'll see you this weekend. And I will also just after we're off this Zoom call, I'll make sure that they have access to your information with this video. Okay.
Awesome. That sounds perfect. Thank you so much for talking with me. I had fun.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.